What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Light back at it for another video. How y'all doing, man? Happy freaking Wednesday. Happy hump day, man. Happy hump day to you all. Wasn't really gonna film a video right now, but you know what? I really got done watching something that really inspired me, and I just felt called in the need to do it. I feel much better than I did yesterday when I dropped that video yesterday. Um, my nasal sinuses have cleared up. I did some EFT tapping. If you are familiar with that, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, Google it. It's an amazing energetic practice. I did it for allergies, and I did it 4 times, a bunch of times yesterday, and I did like 4 times when I woke up this morning, and I plan to do a couple more in between my class lab that I have at 1 o'clock. So I figured I'd come on here and just talk a little bit, shoot the shit with you all, just have a conversation. Um, I I'm taking this light language class, and it's opening me up to a point where these parts of me that I've been hiding for so long are now starting to come back online, and I'm starting to embrace them, regardless of what people will think, what they will judge me for, how they will look at me. If I, you know, am who I am, and I show up as I am, and the last week since class and the last few weeks and last month leading up to it, man, so much has like surfaced, from my childhood, and how, I was acting in movies, and I loved like theatrics, and I loved like putting on a Superman cape, like a sheet, tying it around my neck and jumping off the couch, like I was flying. These were all things that excited me, and uh, you know I just started to more and more push myself inward, avoid those parts of me, because I got made fun of, and I got judged, and I got beat up, and so I just started to like. I got this morning, I locked him away in a cage, and it's like I feel like not only within myself, but for the whole entire collective, I feel like it's something that we're all starting to embrace, because I realized that I loved theater, and I loved, you know, getting on stage, and I loved performing, and I loved, it's funny because I did all these things growing up that had to do with like sign language and being in the school band playing alto sax, you know, and then wanting to go into media class in high school, and I was a DJ on the radio station. It was all things where I had where essentially I was putting myself out there, and then like something would happen, and then I'd run away and hide, and then I'd try to step back out, and then something would happen, and it got to the point where I just was so afraid to be myself. And then I would just walk around saying, everyone's judging me. Why do you always judge me? Why don't you just accept me for who I am? But then, because I received so much judgment from others, and so much things that happened that made me kind of hide that part of me, I then was mirroring it out to the world, and then I was receiving that right back. And then it was like a continuous pattern that continuously repeated itself over and over, because I was hurt. So then I was projecting that hurt out, and then I was receiving that back. And then I was doing it all over again. I was judging myself to then project that out on others, and then others would judge me. And it was like this repetitive cycle over and over and over again. And I'm just realizing now how much, how it kind of like the last week since class started, I started to really deeply understand how when we judge others, we're going to receive that judgment right back. When we conditionally love, we're going to receive that conditional love back. When we have expectations of others, we're going to receive that expectation back of ourselves. And to go a step further, while I'm recording this video, it's like it's hitting me even more and more of how no wonder I was receiving that back like a boomerang all throughout my life. It was like this continuous hamster wheel that never ended because I was never healing any of that to then put it out there and then receive it right back. And then I just complain and be like, God, man, why does my family always judge me? Why don't they just accept me for who I am? Why can't I be all of me? But then I was doing it right back because it never was healed. It never was healed. And to think that all we have to do is go within and heal ourselves to then receive that healed version of ourselves from others, because everything is just a mirror of what we're projecting out. It's a projection. So like I said, if I'm putting out judgment, I'm going to receive judgment back. And I know I talked about this on a video maybe a week ago or something like that, but I've had such deeper revelations, such deeper understanding as to the patterns I've been playing out over and over again in my life. And I'm so grateful to have listened to my intuition and my guidance to take this class. I probably wouldn't have a year ago, 2 years ago. It was not the cheapest class. I mean, I've taken other classes that were much more expensive, but I didn't care. I didn't listen to it. I followed what I knew I needed deep down. And so interestingly enough, I ordered this deck, and from the teacher, she created this conscious, cosmic conscious deck. And I felt when she announced it in the class that she was talking about a card was pulled before the class, and then somebody else had the deck. I guess they took other classes from her, and I felt really called, and I ordered it during the class, and it came this morning. And funny thing is, we have a lab this afternoon in about an hour and a half, and I received the deck, and I was holding it. I put it near my heart. I was listening to it. I was connecting to it. And lo and behold, I then shuffled the deck and a card came out. And the card, interestingly enough, is called Divine Union. Divine Union. And when I started to read the meaning of Divine Union, it's essentially healing within yourself, that union. And I'm starting to I'm going to have to process this a little bit. I'm going to read it again, the meaning, and I'm going to look at the card and just feel into the card and feel the vibrations and the energy from the card, because every one of these cards in this deck was channeled through light language. And to hear just some of the things that it said, it really activated something within me. I started to realize that even over the weekend when we had class and we were doing a practice on relationships, what came up for me was I'm healing the relationship with myself. And the more leading up to that was, if I don't judge others, they're not going to judge me. If I give unconditional love, they're going to give unconditional love back. And the universe is just mirroring to us what we need to heal within but I never fully really, I understood it, but I didn't understand it to this level. I didn't understand it on this deep level. I understood it, but now I understand it even more. Like I literally had a what you call an aha moment, and I was saying this the other day, and I'm like on a video. I actually put up a video last week about what we put out comes back, and you could speak it, but are you living it? Are you really understanding it on a deep level? And to be quite honest, I really wasn't. And I understand also the acting that I did in movies when I was a little kid, and wanting to be in theater and media and filmmaking and all these different kinds of things that I was doing growing up. And then to like dye my hair and, act out that animated version or theatrical version of myself through what I was wearing, through my clothes, through dyeing my hair, through piercings, through all these things. It was like I was trying to express in another way, in another form, because I essentially I had a bad experience with sign language. Hold on a second, guys. I had a bad experience with sign language and with putting myself out there in general. And so I ran and hid from those parts of myself, only because of the rejection I got, the criticism, the judgment, the non-acceptance. I felt like I was alone on an island by myself. So all of these things created me to run and hide every time I put myself out there and got judged and, not accepted. And I didn't realize until age and experience to get to this point where I realized that what we put out, we would get back, and that I needed to heal those parts of me in order to put that out in a positive, loving way, to receive it back in a positive, loving way, and to start to realize that I want to do everything with love. I want to create this video with love. I want to create food with love. I want to share my life with love. I want to just do everything with love versus hurt or pain or trauma. And, that's kind of where I'm at going forward. And I just want to say, if you haven't already, please subscribe, share, comment, and like. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel, who are a part of this, watching the growth of me and me butterflying into this and blooming into this beautiful flower that I know I can be, bringing all of me out to the world. And that's roughly essentially what I'm doing. I'm bringing all of me out to the world authentically, and being all of me and sharing all of me to the world, instead of hiding these parts of me that expand me. Because to be quite honest with you, when I started to feel into those parts of me that I have been hiding, it was contractive. It wasn't expansive. It didn't feel good. When I think about me dancing and singing and and doing it in hiding, like in the shower or in an empty room where no one is, it's like it's contractive. It's like I want to be fully authentically me, and that's what I am setting the intention to be going forward, because I want to give love to the world and give love to everyone and share love to the world in a positive, good way, from love and from an open heart and from unconditional love and kindness and humbleness, and just continue to do that for the world, because I know that as I change within, so without, and everything's just a boomerang. And I want to show up in a way that I'm showing up with unconditional love, with a fully open heart. And that's what I choose to do going forward. So I hope that, again, this video finds you, where you are in your life, and hopefully it gives you some insight or wisdom into your own life. And you know, I'm grateful to be able to share myself and these parts of me to you all, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Subscribe to the channel who have been longtime subscribers. The channel is growing slowly, but it's growing, and I love you all, man. Again, drop some comments below about your story. You have no idea how much you're helping others by doing that. I love you all again. Take care of yourselves and each other. From my heart to yours, I will see you in the next one. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, comment, like. You're helping to grow the channel, creating this safe space for us all to share our beautiful journeys. I love you all, man. Take care of yourselves. I will see you soon in the next one. Let's go, Wisdom Warriors of Light. We got this.